Hello. What's up tonight, everyone? Welcome. Happy holidays. Hope you all had a wonderful holiday weekend. Uh-oh. No, volume's up. We got the echo. Oops. Oh, sorry about that. No, Rollick, Old Willy, Admiral Average, the Third Tail, Scorch Kid, Blizzilla, Illusions, Donate, Willem Screamer, welcome everyone. Good to see everyone. We had a punt already. The scoop's fun. Yeah, welcome, No Such Luck here. If it's your first stream, welcome to you and anyone else who's a first timer. So my Christmas was actually pretty awesome. Nothing super exciting. Got to hang out with the family, played a bunch of Code Words. Is that the sweet game? I think it's called Code Words. In the picture version of Code Words. If you haven't played Code Words and you like board games, check it out. It's actually a really good game. Very well done. So played Code Words, hung out with the family, that kind of stuff. But it was nice. Our code names. Thank you, Blizzard Spectre. That's exactly what I was thinking. So kind of got to see a lot of grandparents and nieces and nephews and all that kind of family that I don't see all that often. Code names, yes. I think that's the actual name of the game. It's fitting that I would mispronounce it. The food was good. How was all of your holidays? Did you have a enjoyable holiday weekend? And then still got New Year's coming up this weekend, so holidays are not over yet. Yeah, Willem Screamer. That's how it is for me. I mean, I'm kind of... When you're a little kid, it's about the presents and all that stuff. But once you get older, I enjoy the holidays because it's the time I get to catch up with people that I don't get to see all that often. So by non-budget, you mean you have an actual modern mana base and a random Snapcaster mage. So we're going to talk about this deck. Christmas was rocking. Good to hear Winter Master. Nice and quiet. Nice and quiet is good. Yeah, clothes means you're old. I think that is definitely true. Oh, yes. Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. 2016 has been quite the year in all kinds of ways. What a weird year. Is it strange explaining to my family what my occupation is? Sort of, yeah. I mean, they're all awesome and very supportive, but they have no idea. None of them are Magic players, so they're kind of like, yeah, I think I've had a couple of relatives try to tune into the stream, and every single one of them that I've talked to says it's like you're speaking another language. It's like you're literally speaking a language I don't understand. So it is kind of weird to do that, but just saying, I tell them I'm a magician, but then they ask me if I can do a trick, and there's all kinds of problems, so I don't do that one anymore. Yeah. So it is funny to talk to random people in my family and find out that they're like, oh, I watched your stream the other night. I didn't understand any of it, but I watched it, so... I don't think you've banned any of my relatives. Not as far as I'm aware of. So, yeah, let's do the reminders. Oh, just bought into Magic Online. What should I do first? Well, I guess it depends on what your goal is. What was Willem's response? I run the social media aspects of a niche website. That's actually a good one. Am I one of your relatives? I don't think so, the Squid Labs. If I didn't see you over the weekend, probably not. Of course, if you're looking for old streams, MTG Goldfish Replay YouTube, that's where you can find all of the old streams in their glorious, punt-filled, mispronunciation-filled fun. I just got all my grades and I passed my first year of law school. Well, let's give a... stream was the only one I ever watched for study breaks. Thanks for the great content. Well, let's give a big scoops cheer for future, because passing your first year of law school is a big deal. Also, we have a new subscriber, Dual Josh. Dual Josh, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. So big scoops cheer for both of you, passing law school and subscribing. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So if you're getting on Magic Online, you got to decide what your goal to, what you're trying to do. If you want to play constructed tournaments, you're probably going to have to invest in a standard deck, a modern deck, whatever you're trying to do. If you just want to play for fun, you can pick up casual cards, janky, against the odds cards, all that stuff really cheap, and just play in the casual rooms. Also, Momir is really fun, so I am a big fan of getting a Momir avatar. How do I get Momir? So, well, let's, okay, before we get to the deck, quick tutorial. If you want to get Momir, there's two things you can do to get Momir. First off, if you go to this store tab up here, we have a resubscriber, Sora426. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Second month in a row. Big scoops cheer for our resubscriber. So if you go to the store tab and you go to ready to play decks, I think, maybe. Future IDK, big scoops cheer, the double scoops cheer, passing law school and subbing in the same night. Thank you so much, Future IDK. And the Prodigy 58, big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Thank you, thank you. And then there's a Momir deck here somewhere. Apparently this is not the right tab. Special sets? Cleverbot Cards! Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. So yeah, if you go to special sets, you can buy this Momir event deck. It has the Momir avatar, has all the lands you need, you're ready to go. You can also go to the trade tab, and no such luck here. Why did you move to upstate New York? I always wondered why anyone would move here. But if you go to the trade tab, go to whatever bot you want. Card Hoarder is awesome, so I use them a lot. MTGO Traders is good, GoatBots. But you should be able to trade them to get a Momir avatar as well. Yeah, it is $5 a month for subscribing. We have a Momir list, but you can be added to it, Count Black, for sure, and we will definitely play at some point. Momir... Maybe it's other products? Oh, there it is. So you can also buy it with tickets from a bot like that if you want to. So those are the ways to get Momir. You might have noticed... so... I don't know how you pull up the list of the emotes. Jay Zoller might. I know if you type scoops and then right attached to it capital cheer, it'll do the scoops cheer. And we can practice the scoops cheer for Merfolk Lord 3 months in a row, the resubscription. I think Jay Zoller is actually running the Momir list now, so ping at him and he can add you to the Momir list. You can be re-added, Filthy Casual, but you'll have to be down at the bottom a little bit. Although I feel bad for you because you got phaged. So you might have noticed no sponsor artwork or overlay going on today. So if you're looking for another way to support the channel and the site, head over to the merch page. We still got playmats. We have some new playmats that are on their way. I don't think they're here quite yet, but they're coming. New playmats, sleeves and deck boxes and all that stuff. So that's an awesome way you can support if you are interested. And we have another new subscriber, Nobody83. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Yeah. There was actually the reason that happened is there was some people were not thrilled about Loot Crate as a sponsor. Had I don't know about bad experiences, but just didn't think they got enough value out of their boxes, and we don't want to be promoting someone that that people don't think are good value. So we made a choice to just move on to something else. Catbus86. Wow, the subs are coming hot and heavy tonight. Welcome to the Fishbowl, Catbus86. Thank you for your subscription. And Jetter5, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for both of you. Oh, thank you, Jetter5. Love the site, love the podcast, love the stream. Keep up the good work you and the crew do every day. Well, I plan to, and thank you all for the new subs. So let's look at this. Let's look at this deck and start our league, and then we can talk about whatever we want to, Momir lists and all that fun stuff. So this is an upgraded version of. This is an upgraded version of the deck we played for Budget Magic. Yeah, it was our call as far as that thing. So this is an upgraded version, very slight changes, but I brewed this deck actually. This is a Seth deck. No Storm Chaser Mage. Lightning Helix is on my short list. Storm Chaser, I just don't know if we have enough non-creature spells to make Storm Chaser really good. Selfless Spirit is a good one. I was trying to not just be straight up spirits, but maybe that's fine. Maybe it's that we should be playing Selfless Spirit over Snapcaster. Do I have Selfless Spirits in my collection? Ooh, I do. One. All right. Well, I guess we're playing one Selfless Spirit. Yes. Geist, I'm not really excited about in this deck. We don't have, well, we kind of have some tempo plays, but do I interact with other popular MTG YouTube content creators? Yeah, some of them. I talk to, like, Wedge, the professor on occasion. Trying to think who else. But yeah, we talk to each other to some extent. So any other suggestions? Definitely looking for other suggestions. So the main deck, non-land-wise, is exactly the same as Budget Magic, minus one Electrolyze, and now we got a Pride of Clouds in this slot. Mana base is fine, much improved. This is how we want the mana base, I think. Thanks for the host, Greyhawk Games. I was invited to go to one of the pre-releases with LRR at one point, but I couldn't make it work. They're super far away from me, and I had something going on when it was happening. So I haven't talked to LRR people a ton, but a little bit. And sideboard-wise, what I'm thinking with the sideboard, Rest in Peace for fighting Dredge and other graveyard decks, Leyline because it's good against Burn, for example, Stony Silence for Affinity, a couple of counters, Staticaster Gut Shots are great against Infact, also Affinity, those type of aggro decks, Wear Tear to hit like Ensnaring Bridges, random stuff, Crumble to Dust for Tron, and a Vandal Blast. Yeah, you're more than welcome to post Magic-related links as long as they're safe. Ooh, Click. Oh, do I still have my clicks? I've been selling... Oh, I didn't sell my clicks. I've been selling some of my cards that I think could be in Modern Masters 2017 on Magic Online because their prices drop a lot. So I thought I might have sold my Cricks, but I did not. Blizzard Spectre, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. So what are we cutting? Lightning Helix is another good choice. I do like Lightning Helix. The color is even working today. So these are cards I would consider. Spell Stutter, I think we need to be more fairy heavy. We're actually not fairy heavy at all, and I think when it's only countering X1, it's not quite good enough. Yeah, I don't really want to go to the blue-red prowess type deck. Cut to Spell Queller, stew, but Spell Queller is so good. Path is another one. This deck is pretty sweet. If we can get it tuned right. Huh, where did I get this path from? Okay. Interesting. That is true. I think, but then we're not really flying men. Cut 4 judges familiar for 4 flying men. I thought about playing 1 flying men, just for flavor purposes. I don't actually have a flying man in my collection. It is modern legal, because it was in time shifted. And that is a flying man. Kind of meh on Spell Queller. I like Spell Queller in this deck because favorable winds actually pumps it to 4 toughness so it doesn't die to bolt. So I like that aspect. When we curve favorable winds into Spell Queller, it's actually pretty good. I don't expect the fetch lands to be in Modern Masters, but there's an outside chance. So if you want to be super careful, then holding off makes sense. I don't think we're going to Mana Tithe. This deck is fun. Bolt is down in numbers. It's still, according to the Goldfish database, is still the most played card in Modern. But I think you're right, it is down to some extent. Don't like 4 main deck snags. Isn't much tempo. Running snag. I'd cut familiar for Delver. No, no, no. I refuse to play Delver because I know I won't flip it. And I know my opponents flip it every time. And I don't want to put myself through that. I know it. I know that'll happen. Yeah, I'm not cutting. We can't cut Mantis Riders or Angels. Those are kind of the key part of the deck. I can see an argument to go down. We could cut like a Judge's Familiar. We can still be Flying Men. The problem is if we start bringing in too many spells over creatures, then our favorable wins are actually going to get a lot worse. Delver is hot garbage. Man, wait till tomorrow's against the odds. We ran into the craziest Delver Drazi, essentially. It was like my opponent goes turn 1 Delver, turn 2 Eldrazi Temple into turn 3 Thought Nazir. What? What are they thinking? Cut 3 drops. Okay. We can move a Spell Queller out, go 1 click, go down 1 Spell Queller. That's not our deck. That was our opponent's deck. We can't play all these spells. Move a couple paths out. Maybe go 3 Vapor Snag, 2 Path. WTFA 54, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Maybe like this mess? I guess we can go down this. This could let us go up a click. 2 clicks? How about this? Oh, are we not seeing subscriber animation? What's going on with that? Oh. All right. Yep. I see. Yeah, the layers are a little bit out of whack. So let me get that. So we should be seeing our awesome sub stuff. Whoa! Everything's going crazy. All right, there we go. And we're not playing prototypical red. Wow, all kinds of issues today. All right, leave me your last suggestions, and we're actually gonna jump into the league. Should we run it like this? Is this the way to do it? Go back up to the familiar, go one click. We can leave a click in the sideboard. All right, so main deck, we can run main deck like that. I think that's fine. Sideboard. Well, maybe we go up, well. All right, maybe, yeah, plus Queller? What do we cut, though? Like that? Go down one favorable wins? The problem with Warden of Evos Isle is our mana costs are so intensive. Doesn't reduce costs on Mausoleum Wanderer, Judge's Familiar, Pride of Clouds, or Mantis Rider. That's true. We do only have 23 lands. So you think that's just too many 3-drops for 23 lands? Is that the issue? All right, this is fine. Let's try it like this. We just got to fix the sideboard. So what are we cutting from the sideboard? Vapor Snag, Spell Queller. We need to make 5 cuts from the sideboard. Thoughts on Rex Ryan getting fired by the Bills? I think that's a good move by the Bills. I'm a little worried about the fact that the Bills seem to be turning into the Browns and just firing a coach every year, which I'm not a big fan of. So that part worries me, but I think Rex Ryan probably should have been fired. All right. Pass, clicks, alliance. Something like this, then? Don Rawls, 1. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. We do have 2 Stony Silence, 2 Rest in Peace, 2 Ley Lines, Blessed Alliance for, in fact, Staticasters for, in fact. Maybe we just go 1 path. I think we got to keep the Wear and Tear just in case. Maybe we don't need Vandal Blast. I don't think we're going to beat Tron without Crumble. Ooh, Cloudfin Raptor is kind of sweet. Is Helix even in here? Do we even have Helix? I'm so confused. I think we already cut it. Happy holiday, Flume to Splume. We'll go down the click. That's fine. I think we only want 1 Vandal Blast because we have 2 Stony Silence. Just cut the path. Something like this. Well, we have mostly... Happy holidays to you too, Dev Loki 64. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. 2 months in a row. Big Scoops here for our re-subscriber. All right, one last change. Whoa. I'm going to play the 4th Queller. Queller was really good in the matches I played earlier. Maybe our curve isn't good enough, but 2nd Negate. I'm just going to run it like this. Let's try it like this. This seems reasonable. So, all right, do a Modern League. We'll do a friendly league. See if we can get some treasure chests. And this'll be the first games I've played with the updated build. So, all right. Let's do it. See how this goes. We're just starting. We were kind of tuning up the deck a little bit to the non-budget build. Ooh, man, I really love Ninja of Deep Hours. It's a Jeskai Flyer deck. I think Flying Men is a cool name, though. Pretty Pangolin, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Scoops chest emote, yeah, that is a good one. I think we have a couple more emote slots that we can still use at some point. I think you gotta have spaces between your Scoops cheers. Alright, here we go. Round 1 of our league. Upgraded Jeskai's Flying Men deck. Could this deck play Unstable Mutation to force through damage? I mean, technically it could. Should it? Probably not. I wanted a Scoops Beard emote. So, you get better. I don't know if we ended up doing it or not, but you get different subscriber artwork the longer you've been subscribed. And I wanted to have Scoops that had a beard grow. So, like, at 3 months, the beard would get bigger, or you'd get a beard. Then, like, 6 months, it would be even bigger. And after a year, you'd have, like, a big gnarly beard. But it couldn't really come across because the artwork was so small. Alright, so we'll keep this. How long in advance do I film Budget Magic and such? I've noticed that when you played against Enduring Ideal, you had not yet played it on Against Odds, yet Enduring Ideal came before Flying Men Budget. Well, Enduring Ideal was a deck tech that we did based on someone else's deck, so people could have played Enduring Ideal that had nothing to do with me or based on the deck tech, but actually not that far in advance. Most of the time, I'm recording Against the Odds that goes up Wednesday night, Mondays. Sometimes, if things are going bad, Tuesday mornings if I'm running late. And Budget Magic, I'm usually recording maybe Thursday, most commonly, and it goes up Monday night. So usually like 2 or 3 days ahead of when it's posted. Oh yeah, gotta fix the view. You can't see all of the Scalding Tarn. There we go. Alright, Mausoleum Wanderer down. Oh. Okay, so it might have been based on Ari's list that people were playing Enduring Ideal. If I get a minute, I might try to update the list. What changes did we actually make? Just +2 Path down to Vapor Snag? Is that where we ended up? Alright, Tide Hollow Sculler for our opponent. Can take, I don't know, what do you take here? Pride of Clouds, I guess? I like Ari. I like Ari. I mean, Ari's won a Pro Tour. So it's hard to say Ari's bad if he's won a Pro Tour. Oh yeah, we also added one Selfless. So Selfless Spear over the Snapcaster, 2 Paths over 2 Vapor Snags, and then some sideboard changes. And 1 click over something. Oh, a click over a Judge's Familiar. So our opponent does take the 2-drop. Ooh, that's a sweet draw. So we get to turn our Mausoleum Wanderer into a Spell Pierce. So let's just Flooded Strand, crack Flooded Strand. I think we just get a basic Plains. Yeah, we'll get a Plains. And favorable wins. Get the beats going. I actually like Vapor Snag in this deck. It does the damage, which is sometimes relevant. Our deck is really good with its good draws of getting in like maybe 18 damage. And sometimes having an extra damage ends up being really important. I thought about Lingering Souls. I really wanted to play Lingering Souls. In the budget build, you just can't because of That's true. Vapor Snake does beat Worship. I have had that happen to me. Yeah, I really like Vapor Snake in this list. I see the arguments for Path, but I thought Vapor Snake was very solid. Well, what's our opponent doing? Getting in with Tide Hollow. I have definitely been on the receiving end of the Vapor Snake worship trick. Mantis Rider is so good with favorable wins. Probably just going to slam Mantis Rider here. Siege Rhino is also on the beat worship list. Oh, man, another one. Well, Scalding Tarn, crack Scalding Tarn. Get a Mountain. And let's just Mantis Rider. Get in for a million or 6. Mantis Rider, Vigilant, so it's going to shut down our opponent's offense as well. Pass the turn. Next turn, if we play favorable wins, we get in for what? 5-8? Even if our opponent passed there, we could have Mausoleum Wandered. Alright, there's Eldrazi Temple. Does this mean we're going to get Thought Knotted? Strangely enough, alright, there's the path. Alright, we got to let that go, I guess. If they can follow this up with a Thought Knot, it's going to be bad. Our hand just doesn't have much in it at that point. If we can favorable wins and leave up Spell Queller, on the other hand, then things are pretty good. So we'll see if our opponent has a Thought Knot. Oh, they do. Oh, Displacer. Okay, Displacer's fine. Xlerons, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Alright, so play Flooded Strand. Play Actually, let's crack this. Get an island. Play favorable wins. I don't even know if we want to attack here, actually. Alright, it might be better to just... Yeah, let's just pass and play defense with our 3/3 Wanderer. And we can always flash in our Spell Queller to get a Thought Knot or something. Ghost Quarter for our opponent. We only have one basic island left. What's up, DeFera? How goes it? What do I think about Sam Satter's recent article about Standard? He did an informal Twitter poll and basically got lambasted. Yeah. So his article, the writing of it was a bit unfortunate. Alright. Oh, man. I guess we Queller that. I think we have to. Pumps up Mausoleum Wanderer. Get rid of the path. If they have another path to go with it, then it's kind of bad. Although we can Mausoleum Wander it now. Yeah, I was doing some of the lambasting. Yeah, if our opponent has path number 3, things are a little bad. Another end, if they don't, and we just draw a... Alright, Blink's our Spell Queller. So we want this to resolve last. Wait, does that even work? No. So our opponent gets back path. Path's Mausoleum Wanderer. Okay. I guess we let that go. Rather than sacking. At least we get a land out of it. Yeah, I think we might as well get the land there. Since it was targeting Mausoleum Wanderer anyway. So opponent gets in. We drop to 8. And Athalia. Not super relevant. Ooh, that's a draw. That's the draw right there. So we get to... We can't play Pride of Clouds here. Well, you gotta get rid of this Displacer. Alright, let's... Path Displacer. And we'll just pass the turn. Wizards is pushing, making Standard bad to push Frontier. I guess that's a possibility. Alright, pass the turn. We might just get back our Pride of Clouds. Because we can start making 3/3 tokens every turn, which is pretty big on this board. Alright, another Eldrazi Temple. Yeah, I gotta get rid of Displacer. Thalia is not really too scary. We have enough mana, and we're not really that spell-based. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Get rid of Sculler and start forecasting. Alright, there's Shambling Vent. If our opponent has another removal spell, that's kind of depressing. Jeez! Wow. Well, our opponent just had every removal spell in their deck in their hand. That's unfortunate. Wow. Alright. Oh, Shady Shrek. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. I don't know why it didn't pop up. But thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our re-subscriber, Shady Shrek. If our opponent drew one less path, I would be much happier. Well, we're going to bolt that. Get back Pride of Clouds. Stop on our upkeep. Forecast. Make a 3/3. Balls McGee 94. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Well, this would be a good time for our opponent to whiff for a second. 3 months of dirtling. Very true. Groundwork Graphics. Welcome to the Fishbowl. So many subs tonight. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Wall of Omens. Alright, that's mostly a whiff. If you want to bring in a Frontier, this weird guy named Saffron Olive wrote an article about it. Shady Shrek. There it is, Shady Shrek. I refreshed again and it worked. That's always good. Refreshing solves all. And Anemic Dust, welcome to the Fishbowl. Man, the sub train is real. You all are super awesome. Really? Is our opponent just runnering into... Oh, my son of a... Oh, this is ridiculous. Alright. Well, we basically got a little outlucked, I would say. That is pretty unfortunate. Alright. Do I think Blue-White Spirit tempo in Standard still viable? Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, that was pretty annoying. Our opponent just, yeah, drew incredibly well. Not a whole lot we can really do about running well. Since I sub, do I get to see a Demon of Dark Schemes brew? We played Demon of Dark Schemes in a Panharmonicon deck at one point. Alright. We need a scoops emote. Oh, it's going well, What a Punt. How are you? Pomin7, welcome to the Fishbowl. And thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. How do I choose the themes cards for Against the Odds? I take any feedback I get or ideas I get, but I mostly just pick stuff that sounds cool for the most part. The core set flyer that gives flyers +1/+1, I think it's a bit expensive. I think it's like, isn't it 4 mana? If it's 4 mana, it's just a bit much with what we're doing, I think. This was a time-shifted card, which is what made it modern legal. I don't know if we want to bring in any sideboard cards, actually. Maybe, is it Staticaster? How many things does that get out of our opponent's deck? Have I considered streaming Hearthstone? I haven't really. I don't think I would stream it on the Goldfish stream. I guess there's a chance that I would stream it on my personal Twitch. I haven't had much time to do stuff on my personal Twitch recently. But if I did stream Hearthstone, that's probably where it would be. Counters, though, they're so creature-based. Our counters don't really get creatures. It's so slow. King of Zendikar! I did not see you as a sub. Maybe try refreshing, King of Zendikar. But if you subbed, big scoops here for King of Zendikar, our new subscriber. It doesn't have the little fish by your name either. I think we might just run it back. I really don't know if we want to change anything here. I think we don't have anything for this matchup in specific. Alright, we get to play first. Okay, I mean, this is actually pretty aggressive. We get 1-drop into double Pride of Clouds, hopefully with Spell Queller back up. It's kind of what we're looking for. So, let's see. Hey, what's up, Sin Cost? Let's just Steam Vents, Untapped, play Judge's Familiar. What's going on, Moto? Being a bit laggy for some reason. And Pestered. I wish I actually set up my PayPal to sub. Oh, that'd be cool. Well, there's a Lightning Angel. It's a bit far away. Crack Arid Mesa. Get Hallowed Fountain. Untapped. Play Pride of Clouds. And get in with Judge's Familiar. Yeah, I've had some lagginess on and off on Moto recently, and I don't know why. I'd pay any amount if Richard would let me query the MTG Goldfish database. Well, you'd have to send Richard a message. I don't know if that's something that's possible or not. Now, let's see what our opponent does here. They might take the Bolt to save Tide Hollow, but then we play Pride of Clouds and just beat our opponent's face. They could take Pride of Clouds, but then we can always just Bolt the Tide Hollow. This is game 2 of round 1. Why do I think the Grisholl brand decks have been played? My guess would be that it's mostly because we drew another Bolt anyway. I think it's mostly because so much graveyard hate has popped up with Dredge being a tier 1 deck. That would be my guess. Oh, our opponent, comboing off, has a Wasteland Strangler, of course. Gonna kill our Pride of Clouds, of course. Ooh, historical standard decks is a neat idea. I do not know much about the Eternal card game. Land, please? No land. Alright, let's just attack with both. Well, 2 lands is not exactly where we want to be. Pass the turn. Especially if our opponent can follow this up with a Thought-Knot Seer. Oh, what does our opponent have now to crush our dreams? Eternal looks fun. I haven't played it yet, but it does look interesting. Alright, let's bolt a Wasteland Strangler. Yeah, that's the main reason I want to try it, is because LSV and Chapin seem to really know their games. So if they made it, it seems like something I would probably enjoy. Leonin Arbiter for our opponent. And an Ether Vial. Oh, no! Oh my god. Our opponent is seriously a Nutdraw City. Should I sell my Blood Moons and Ensnaring Bridges? I mean, you could consider it. Yikes. I mean, we're not technically out of the game. The problem is if they draw a land and get to start Shambling Vent attacks, then we're going to have a hard time. They probably just have like 2 paths in hand now that they got now that they got Arbiter down. Eternal is a digital card game that a company LSV works for makes. Oh, or a Flicker Wisp. Blank's Tide Hollow. Gets to take another card from our hand. Takes our Bolt, of course. We get a card we can't cast. Well, let's get in with pride. Opponent's gonna block. Pass the turn. Oh. Merfolk doesn't really play any spells or anything. It doesn't feel very Merfolk-like to me, really. This has just been a combination of a lot of things going very wrong. Jeez. Alright. And we'll scoop it up. Well, not much we can do about that. Our opponent's draws were 10 out of 10s. I feel like we were pretty favored in that match, but our opponent just ran absurdly well. So, I mean, that happens in Magic. Sometimes you get great draws, sometimes your opponent gets great draws. That was our opponent's turn. Alright, this hand is kind of land heavy, but I guess it's fine. The curve isn't horrible. We will be on the draw again. Yeah, this is the upgraded build, but I think this deck is pretty sweet. I really like it. Mountain for our opponent. And, oh goodness. Oh goodness. Well, we're gonna run into goblins. I have no idea how this works. This might be a bad matchup. This isn't a matchup that I really planned for. It might be fine, I guess. Opinions on Masterpiece Ornithopter. Drowsy Delver coming to a moto near you. Yep, it's 8-whack time. Our opponent did mulligan. Mog Fanatic. Probably going to kill our Judge's Familiar. Mog Fanatic is actually pretty good right now against us. And a Goblin Guide. Aye. So we're taking 5? Is our opponent not going to sack Mog Fanatic? We have a Mantis Rider on top. Okay. Well, we will trade. If our opponent is going to let us do this, we will definitely do this. That's pretty sweet. I'm really surprised our... Oh, wow. Alright. Well, that's fine. Will I be cornering the market on Ensnaring Bridge Masterpieces? I don't really like the Ensnaring Bridge Masterpiece. Like, I'm glad they printed it, but it doesn't look like a bridge to me. I think the Ornithopter, at first I was pretty anti-Ornithopter, but I don't know. Richard had a good argument on the podcast that it's kind of an iconic card. So from that perspective, I've kind of come around on it a little bit. Oh, no! Mono Mog Fanatic hand. Oh, this league so far has been pretty ridiculous. It's kind of like... Our opponents just have... mono, whatever is good against our deck, our opponent has. First time our opponent had 3 Path to Exiles. We play against Goblins of all things. Our opponent has has double Mog Fanatic. Oh, alright. We're just going to Sacred Foundry untapped and start getting in with Mantis Rider. Next turn, we can start leaving up Spell Quellers. Ooh, Goblin Charbelcher. That is a good call for something that should have been a masterpiece that wasn't. Alright, Mantis Rider is pretty sweet here. Lets us get in damage and leave back a blocker, which is nice. Our opponent probably has a Bolt in hand. Yeah, it's a little disappointing that the value's lower, but... Masterpiece Flying Men would be sweet. Is a budget version of this deck viable in Modern? Yes, it's viable in Modern. Frontier, I'm not sure. I haven't played enough Frontier, or hardly any Frontier, to really know what's viable and not in the format. Opponent goes to combat. No attacks, so that's fine. Let's just play Hallowed Fountain tapped. Get in with Mantis Rider. Leave up our Spell Quellers. Opponent's down to 14. Pass turn. Batter Skull's another one that could have been on the list. I would be on board with a lot less masterpieces. It is, there's a lot of variants, and they're going to run through the good ones pretty quick, I think. And that's kind of going to put us in a position where we have to, have Ornithopters and other not great masterpieces. Alright, we're just going to Spell Queller this. Mog Fanatic, I think. World Slayer. I don't know about World Slayer. So get rid of the War Marshal. Ooh, there's a Bolt. Bolt's good. We're actually pretty close to just finishing off this game, come to think of it. So favorable wins. Get in for 4, down to 10. Get in for 7 and Bolt. Yeah, that's fine. So we're going to leave Spell Queller back so we don't take any extra damage. Because we still have a 2-turn clock thanks to Lightning Bolt. So there's not really any reason to risk swinging with Spell Queller there. Oh, Solemn would have been a really good one. Do you ever play Mario Party, the really old Mario Party? I'm trying to remember which one it was. I think this is one for, I don't know, Nintendo 64. And one of the mini games, there's there's this, it's like the claw game. And one player is the claw, and the other player is, the other players are trying not to get picked up by the claw. And it's like impossible to win because you just click fast if you're the non-claw players, and you can't really do anything about it. That's what that reminds me of. Every time I see the Ensnaring Bridge artwork of that mini game. Yep, you wiggle, and the faster you click, the more you wiggle. And it's super hard to win if you're the claw. Alright, opponent goes attacking. We get a Steam Vents, and have a Judge's Familiar on top. So block Goblin Guide, block Goblin Guide. And we should just win next turn. Even if our opponent has... Oh, we don't even die to a Goblin Grenade. Alright, well this makes it easy. So just bolt our opponent's face. And attack for 7. Alright, so we got there. This is more like it. This is what our deck is looking to do. Game 1 we played Death and Taxes, or Eldrazi and Taxes, or whatever you want to call it. And we... that is true though, Darmok. The faster you click, the more you wiggle. That's exactly how that game works. It's no bumper balls, but... thumbstick spinning. Yeah, I'm glad they got rid of thumbstick spinning. So that was good. Why did it ruin Magic for you, Sethro? So the question is, do you have an opinion on programs like Cockatrice? Tried it and it seemed to ruin Magic for me. So how did it ruin Magic? I'm very curious. Yeah, I liked bumper balls. I know other people did not like it. They thought it was just too high variance, but I thought that it was a really sweet minigame. We won this one. So... I have opinions about Cockatrice. I would put together decks I want to try, and everyone else would put together just top-tier pro decks. Oh, well, that's going to happen. Ooh, Eldrazi Processor Control. That list is pretty spicy. It has some cool stuff going on. I like the delay is sweet. Nice synergy there. So... yeah, I mean, people are going to play tier decks. That's not super surprising, I don't think. You just got to kind of get used to it. That's just going to happen. On the other hand, for me, I don't know exactly the legalities, I guess, of... I think we're going to run it like this. I don't know exactly the legalities of those programs. My problem I had when I'd played it before is... and I haven't played them in a long time, but there was no real rules engines, so I kept running into problems where players would just kind of scoop all the time, not understand the rules, and scoop because they thought I was doing something wrong, because they didn't understand how the rules worked, and things like that. That made it kind of unfun for me in that scenario. So... that was my experience with them. I think assuming they're legal, I think there are some good things you can do. It would be nice. I know when like tiny leaders came out, there was no possible way to play tiny leaders on Magic Online. Couldn't even play it in freeform or anything like that. It was just literally impossible to play tiny leaders. So I was able to like test a game of tiny leaders against Richard that I literally couldn't do on Magic Online. So there are some cool things that that help as far as that goes. Well, hopefully we can get a land out of this Goblin Guide scenario using our fetch. So we get to see the first trigger. Opponent attacks. First trigger, not a land. It's a bolt. I kind of want to draw that bolt, though. All right, let's draw... Actually, that was all kinds of wrong. Because we're going to have to sack this anyways. Yeah, that was a little wrong. Get a Sacred Foundry, untapped. And Lightning Bolt the Goblin Guide. Drop to 13. Yeah, I should have just cracked the fetch to have another chance of hitting a land. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking we were going to draw the other bolt, but we kind of had to crack the land there anyway, which took away that possibility. All right, let's just favorable wins. This feels kind of bad, but it keeps us from getting our stuff blown out by Mog Fanatic, and next turn we can like Judge's Familiar plus Selfless Spirit and not worry about Mog Fanatic killing our stuff. I plan on using X-Mage with friends only because I use MTGO for stuff like drafts, tournaments. Yeah, that seems like a reasonable plan. Why did tiny leaders fail? What happened to the format? That format just got solved, I think. After this game, can we listen to some of my music? You want to listen to my music? Maybe. I don't know about after this game. I have a lot of my music I don't actually have on this computer. But I will hopefully be getting it soon. So let's play Judge's Familiar. Play Moorland Haunt. Play a Elfless Spirit. And pass turn. But we can do that sometime. Listen to some music. Oh, there's an Olive Drab command. I think someone must have went to the YouTube channel, because I don't think I've ever actually just played it on stream. We usually have music on, but it's really quiet. Maybe too quiet, I guess, if the goal is hearing it. The creator of Tiny Leaders wanted a piece of the pie. When it came to Wizards officially supporting the format with the product, they said no and move on with their life. I think that maybe was part of it. And I also think, from what I remember, it got to the point where Geist of St. Traff decks were just clearly the right decks to play, like so much better than anything else in the format. And that kind of caused some problems. That pile driver is going to be annoying. That will be a bit of a problem. There's a Mantis Rider. I think we got to leave up Spell Queller here. Is probably our best bet. Yeah, let's just play a tap land. Pass the turn. So what we're going to have to do here is do some blocking and then sack Selfless Spirit, I think. And we're still going to take a lot of damage. This is not a great situation. What do I think the best budget modern deck is? Most fun budget modern deck. So the best budget modern deck might be the 8-Whack Zombies deck. I'm going to record your pass the turn to use as a ringtone. Sweet. Alright, opponent goes attacking. Things are triggering and so forth. Yeah, this is not good. We're still taking a pretty big beating. First strike trample, pumps up pile driver. Mausoleum Wanderer on top. Alright, so what we gotta do is flash in our Spell Queller. Or 8-whack 8-whack goblins, I'm sorry. Yes, that's what I meant. 8-whack goblins. So flash in Spell Queller. Well, I guess we can just block and take 5. This leaves us dead to a Goblin Grenade, and there's nothing we can do about it. Most fun modern deck? That's a more of a challenging question. Thank you, Gamer Shocks. Yeah, I guess we gotta do this. We're dead to a Goblin Grenade, but I don't think we can really do anything about it. Alright, it seems like our opponent might be playing for the Goblin Grenade, with them just letting this go. I do really like Free Win Red. That is very true, but that's not really a budget list. Do I think I could record a whole game with the... Yeah, here it is. Yep, alright. Well, our opponent was on the play. Had a pretty fast draw. We actually get to be on a play for a game here, which is nice. Yeah, so let's run it back. Do I think I could... Where'd that question go? What's the worst deck I've ever played? Mono Blue Mill for Much Ado About Nothing, I'm pretty sure. Do I think I could record a whole game with no sound and then add my usual phrases such as Dak and Come On Land? Maybe? That might work. It was kind of fun. Our opponent actually doesn't have that much burn. They just have the Goblin Grenades and Lightning Bolts, I think. So I don't really want to warp our entire deck just for that. Now, this hand has a lot of removal. Let's just Hallowed Fountain, tapped, pestered. This hand might be good enough against our opponent. Yeah, the Mono Blue Mill deck was super bad. Like, amazingly bad. I think Mono Blue Mill was worse than Vintage Kobolds. There's the Goblin Guide. Hopefully this gets us some lands. We could use lands. Land, please? No land. Mantis Rider. Okay. Down to 18. Well, play Mausoleum Wanderer. Mountain and go. Yeah. I think Esper Mill is fine. I don't think it's tier deck by any means, but it's not the worst deck I've ever played. The Mono Blue Mill deck was really amazingly bad. Almost unbelievably bad. Alright, there's a Frenzied Goblin. So we're really hoping we get a land off this Goblin Guide. That would make our day. Then we'll get to Mantis Rider, most likely. Alright, there's an island. Things are looking up. So let's just bolt the Goblin Guide. And now we can start beating down in the air. There's a favorable winds. Yeah, let's just Mantis Rider here. Get in for 4. We can leave up Spell Queller next turn. Want to get the beatdown clock going. Technically, Mantis Rider is a human monk, so it's a flying man. And Mausoleum Wanderer is kind of a flying man as well. Just bring back Mono Blue Mill for Against the Odds. We need more of it. People like the videos, apparently, but boy, that deck was bad. Maybe we could do it for Against the Odds. I guess that could be a possibility. Alright, here comes Frenzied Goblin. 4-1. Sure. Yep, we'll take it. Would have liked our Mantis Rider to live, but... I have a question. I built a red aggro deck for Frontier where most of the cards are goblins, but I added Swift Spear, some burn spells to make it more quick. But when it was only goblins, even though it's an aggro, it's more powerful on turn 3 or 4. Goblins should goblins be that way, or am I playing too many 2 and 3 drop goblins? So I think you could play a kind of mid-rangey goblin deck. I think you'll just have to decide what your goal is, what you're trying to do. If your goal is to build a mid-range goblin deck, then I think you're at a fine place. On the other hand, if you are wanting to build aggro, then you're probably playing too many 3 drops and 4 drops. Gotta save ourselves from a future goblin grenade. Can't have any of that. Do I think Modern is too fast for 1 or 2 Baneslayers in some decks? You could play a Baneslayer. Alright, let's just favorable wins. Not going to leave up Spell Queller. Play Hallowed Fountain, tapped, and pass the turn. What was my favorite Commander 26 Precon? I think that Traxa one was the best. So I think Baneslayer can be okay as a 1 or 2 of, but it really depends on your deck. You're going to need to be playing another Bolt. Okay. We might just Vapor Snag this Frenzied Goblin, I think. And then follow up with a huge Lightning Angel. I think this is fine. Will we be playing Momir this stream? So that's just all about when the matches end. So if you're playing, yeah, you can use it as a control finisher. I've seen like Angel Stompy decks with Blood Moon where it can be fine. So in those scenarios, it can be pretty good. As far as like most decks though, probably not really. This song is Home Overgrown by Weisiger. So we'll see. Maybe Momir, maybe not. We're only in match 2 of our league, so we'll see what time the league ends. Speaking of Commander 2016, I just got it off Craigslist. $40 Canadian. 10 packs of Kaladesh, KNT. Wow, nice. That's a great deal. You can find some really awesome deals. I've had some insane deals on Craigslist. We have a new subscriber, and it's Big Scoops Cheer. So let's give a Big Scoops Cheer for Big Scoops Cheer, our new subscriber. Match 1, a little disappointing. We got by Birch84. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Why aren't I Scoops cheering? There we go. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Lightning Angel is a very underrated card. We kind of got by Death and Taxes in the first one. Yeah, man, I have had some awesome Craigslist finds over the years, especially in the old days. Wow, was it so good. Like, before people really caught onto it, oh, there were some insane buys off Craigslist. Probably the one I remember the most is someone had a picture, and they didn't have very many cards. It said, like, I don't know, maybe like 500 rares or something. So it wasn't a really big collection. And they wanted $200, I think. So I was like, 500 rares, $200. That's not great, but it's probably okay. There was a few like decent. I think there was like one picture and a handful like decent stuff, maybe Shocklands or something. I was like, all right, I might as well get it. And so I went and bought it, basically sight unseen. And when I went home and looked through it, I found there was like probably $2,000 worth of cards. It was playset of Liliana the Veils, so many modern staples. It was really, really crazy how much value is in there. There should be a button you can hit. I also bought a really weird collection that had like 30 original dual lands in it, but they were all like they'd been through a washing machine. They were so heavily played. So I got a ton of duels, which was awesome, but they were so beat up that it would be very hard to really sell them. But it was still pretty cool because I got them fairly cheap. So let's get in for 3. My friend got a $12 box at a bazaar, got 26 doubling seasons and an original Soul Ring. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I bought one. Man, I'm thinking of all these old collections now. I bought this one collection, and the collection was actually pretty bad. It was someone who had mostly pick through all the good rares, and there wasn't really any good rares, but I was buying it for essentially bulk prices, so I figured there weren't going to be good rares. That was kind of the deal going into it. So I bought the collection for bulk prices, and when I went home, the person must have been playing like at the just before modern sets started and just at the beginning of modern sets, and for some reason they had like 40, just like a big 5,000 card box, and there were rows of like 40 Sterling Groves, 40 I forget the other really high value Aura Shards, these like $5 uncommons that are actually really valuable. And there was just, I don't know if they collected them back in the day, but just an obscene number. So there were like hundreds of dollars of these weird invasion uncommons because they had so many copies of them. I think we just win here, even through, ooh, well, let's double win. Might as well Mantis Rider too, because why not? We're flying men. Alright, back in the win sheet. With Modern being turn 3 or turn 4 lately, do you think green-white hexproof worship deck did a while back is too slow to be competitive? No. I think you can build it in a way where it's competitive. I think you just got to be aware of the metagame and what people are doing. And we got the GGs, and the opponent says they love our stream, so awesome. Thank you, opponent. All right, that was better. Back to 1-1. Back to the quest for a chest. That went much better. We felt pretty in control throughout that entire match, really. Best deal I've come across is one of my friends got a huge collection from a neighbor for free, including black cleave clips, ton of value commons, and 2 Ether Vial originals, along with 100 foil lands. That's pretty sweet. Marsh flats for sale for $25. Well, let me look at this real quick. From SCG. Ooh, wow. Well, considering that buy list, the best buy list I'm seeing right now is $23.59. That is a very solid buy. I would snap that up, because think of it that way. You pay $25 if you change your mind and decided that you didn't want it, then you could cash it out for essentially full value. So those are the kind of buys that are very low risk. There's some games that we've lost because it seemed like people were maybe watching our stream, but we don't really know for sure. The one-landers. And we're on the play. We do get a scry. We just really got to scry into a land. We did not. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, that is a good point, Wintermaster. There's been rumors of vendors. I don't think they've ever been substantiated. Oh, no, this hand. So much flying power. If only we had a land. Hey, see ya. I work for the street cleaner. Have fun playing some games. Well, joke's on you, opponent. We don't have any spells. Only pride of the clouds. We are very proud. Come on, land. Okay. Yeah, I guess I should have went to 5. 5 on the play, though, is like saying we aren't going to win anyway. All or none, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Well, crack Flooded Strand, get a Sacred Foundry, untapped, and guess what we're going to do? Start playing Pride of the Clouds. Did I follow my advice from Enduring Ideal and add extra lands after I was done with this deck? No, actually I didn't. But I feel like 23 was the right number. Maybe I should have taken my advice more literally there. I am probably going to write an article on that, because I want to write an article on common deck building mistakes that people make, and that is one of the biggest ones. So our opponent drew out of their mana screw, and something bad's about to happen. Like a Huntmaster of the Fells. That's pretty bad. Yikes. Yeah, this is not looking good. And we only have 4 4-drops, so we're kind of... I mean, a lot of times, a decent amount of games, we can get by with just 3. Yeah, it might be scoop time. Because if our opponent just passes and flips Huntmaster, what do? Nothing? It's just game over? I mean, I guess our opponent could have nothing in hand and we draw a string of pass, but if you weren't watching me, I probably would scoop right now. Alright, now I will scoop. That was pretty disappointing. So Jund a... yeah, I think I was considering playing... I'm considering playing Enduring Ideal again on stream. I think it's possible that we end up playing it on stream. Why is Scoops called Scoops? Just because it's a cool sounding name. Have I considered Serum Visions in the deck? Yeah, I've thought about Serum Visions. It's a matter of figuring out where to really make it fit. That's the biggest problem is what you would take out. Alright. Well, we got double Mausoleum Wanderer, and we get a ley line, so we're keeping the one-lander again. I wasn't trying to get anyone to buy out Marsh Flats, but I think it is a reasonable deal. Came up with a cooler story behind Scoops. So I think we did a couple of stories of it when we spoiled the tokens. I think Richard wrote them. Any Living End decks coming soon? I don't know if we've ever played Living End. We might have played one weird... We might have played one weird version for Much Brew at one point. Hey, what's up, Angry Sloth? Blood Crypt for our opponent. And Lightning Bolts, our Mausoleum Wanderer. Land? No land. We're not lucky. Is now the best time to play Torrential Gearhulk? Nicole Bolas, 1818. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big Scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Let's give a big Scoops cheer. I don't know why now is particularly good as far as times to play Torrential Gearhulk. It's a really powerful card. Is now a good time to buy it? It could go up in the future. That is possible. Dark Confidant, Black Leaf Glyphs for our opponent. We did draw a land there, which is good. Have I been on the Johnny Magic stream recently? Saw you there, I think. Yeah, I was there last week. I watched Johnny Magic stream for a while. So that's one of my, during the holidays, I always try to catch the Johnny Magic streams. He just forces Storm every time, and it's awesome. And he's just a great player, entertaining to watch, so I really enjoy it. Cons fetches are a pretty reasonable buy, I think. Collective Brutality, going to kill our Pride of Clouds. Okay, sure. We would like to just draw another land for Mantis Rider. That would be particularly sweet. Well, that's Pride of Clouds. We could bolt the Bob, but we might need the Bob damage to help us win this game. We saw Huntmasters. That's a big amount of damage to take. Alright, opponent takes 2 for another Collective Brutality. Are we going to see Bob Bolas in Amonkhet? I did not see the turn 1 win. I heard about the turn 1 win. Have I ever been wrecked by a kid in Paper Magic? Not that I can think of. But I don't play Paper Magic nearly as much as I play Magic Online. So there probably will not literally be a Bob Bolas in Amonkhet. It would be sweet, though, if that happened. Swamp for our opponent. And an Ooze. Gets in with Dark Confidant. Well, play Mausoleum Wander. Pump up Mausoleum Wander. I think we gotta bolt the Scavenging Ooze, because it can gain our opponent life. Hit our opponent down to 10. We're kind of, sorta-ish getting there. Come on, Painful Flip. Oh, it gets a land. I think it was in Vintage Cube with a Storm deck that he got the turn 1 kill. They need to start a show called Keeping Up with the Boluses. That would be a good Magic series. 5-color combo. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. Yeah, I could imagine. I mean, it was kind of like that with Emrakul. Emrakul was the big baddie in the second set of Shadows over Innistrad block, so I could imagine that happening with Nicole Bolas as well. What's our opponent doing? Kolaghan's Command kills Mausoleum Wanderer. Well, we might as well sack it. Make our opponent pay an extra mana, so they can't cast Scavenging Ooze this turn. Alright, opponent pays, gets back the Ooze. They don't have much green mana either. Gets in with Dark Confidant. Come on, lands! We need to play our haste creatures. We really need to play our haste creatures. Oh, not happening. Not happening. Alright. Well, there goes turn 6. Still on 2 lands. So, maybe 24 lands is the way to go. Or maybe we're just not running well. Opponent takes 1 with a Dead Inquisition. Unfortunately, they're going to be able to start gaining back life with this Scavenging Ooze, which is problematic. I mean, maybe there's a chance we can still get here. If our opponent like taps down and we can Mantis Rider and get in a hit, that should put our opponent in range of dying to Dark Confidant. There's a Tarmogoyf and a tap land. Alright, well, this is it. We gotta draw land here. There's a land. Well, Scalding Tarn. Crack Scalding Tarn. Get a mountain. Right? 1, 2, 3. Get a mountain. Play Mantis Rider. And attack for 6. Do you got a bolt in hand, opponent? Oh my goodness! Thank God! Oh man, there is no way. There is no way we ever should have won that. We were stuck on 2 lands for so long. That is the power of favorable winds and haste creatures. It makes it's so good. So I talked about this a little in the deck tech, but part of what makes this deck so scary is because people really don't plan for Mantis Rider, and this provides a great illustration of that. Our opponent's thinking, all right, opponent's got a Mausoleum Wanderer, we're at 6, even if they have a Lightning Bolt, we're pretty safe, so we can play in a way where we get our Goyf out, we represent a 1-turn clock, and we can play that way, but our opponent doesn't know that there's a possibility of sudden flying death from a Mantis Rider. So that's one of the things it does with having the 4 Mantis Riders and 4 Lightning Angels, as it just throws off the math essentially of a lot of our opponent's calculations. So we're 1-1 in matches, and we're 1-1 in this match. After getting super stuck on lands, but still getting a win that game. Our deck didn't do much of anything, and we still got there. Have Commander Clash people considered general decks? Hidden generals are where you base your deck around something that isn't you. Panharmonicon, Astral Side. So Pretty Pangolin... do you actually get to play that card, like, in your command zone, so you always have it? Well, luckily this deck, I mean, the fetch lands are a little expensive, but the budget version, which is essentially all the cards with the worst mana base, was like 20-some ticks or something. It's pretty cheap. Alright, let's run it back. I don't know if we want more than the 4 wins. Ooh, interesting. Alright, we'll keep this. We get a Leyline, got a Mausoleum Wanderer, Pride of Clouds. Opponent's going to 5. Ooh, oh my goodness. Opponent's going to 4. Oh, this is it. This is it, boys and girls. Taking down Jun, going to 2-1 on our quest for a treasure chest with Flying Men. Deck. Alright, Arid Mesa, crack Arid Mesa. We need a Hallowed Fountain. Get it untapped. Play a Mausoleum Wanderer. Pass the turn. Yeah, I don't feel bad for Jund. Playing the most expensive deck in all of Magic, so I don't feel bad about it. Alright, Collective Brutality takes it down. We do need a land, though. That's not a land. Well, play a mountain, pass the turn. If we don't draw lands, we could give our opponent a way back into this game, which is scary. Stomping Grounds, untapped. And a Scavenging Ooze. Well, let's bolt the Ooze. Come on, land. Favorable winds, not really a land. The nightmares of our opponents holding, like, Huntmaster and they draw land and just slam a Huntmaster. There's another Ooze. Land? Land, please? Okay, so Mausoleum Wanderer. This is a non-budget version. Also the Mana Screwy version. maybe we need a 24th land. Maybe that is true. This Ooze is getting annoying. So many Collective Brutalities. Alright. Is there really a chance we lose after our opponent mulligans into Oblivion? Alright. Drop to 14. Land? There's a land. Alright. So let's just stop on our opponent's draw step and Vendilion click. Make sure they don't have that scary Huntmaster in hand. Goif and Inquisition. So we'll take the Goif. That is pretty big. Inquisition's a dead card. Do we draw our opponent into Kolaghan's Command? Is that really the draw? I think it is. Yup, that is the draw off the top for our opponent. Holy! Oh. Well, good running. Land? Mantis Rider. Well, Mantis Rider's good. Till our opponent probably draws another removal spell. Get in with Mantis Rider. What great thing does our opponent draw this turn? I mean, we can't say much because our opponent mulliganed a lot. I think we take the hit. Alright, eats our click. So we're going to get hit for 4? They really drew something else? We know their hand is Inquisition and the Scavenging Ooze they got back. Did they really draw? Dark Confidant. Alright. Well, let's Vapor Snag the Scavenging Ooze. Play Selfless Spirit. Get in 4/4. Opponent's down to 11. Come on, hit something expensive and painful. Lightning Bolt. Well, that can kill our Selfless Spirit. But our opponent only has 1 red and green mana. We'll sack Selfless Spirit. We'd love to just draw a land. Land for... Alright, opponent has a tap land. So we mostly know our opponent's hand. Land here would be pretty good. Well, let's play Pride of Clouds. Get in with Mantis Rider. Put our opponent to 6, and this is it. Opponent has to find a way to do something to us right here. Hits a land. All right, opponent, what do you got? What do you got? Scavenging Ooze doesn't save our opponent here. I actually think Lightning Angel is really good. We're a little unfortunate, and our opponent scoops it up. Whoo! And we would have drawn more Lightning Angels we couldn't cast. I think we've just gotten a little unfortunate to not have the lands we need to cast Lightning Angel. But all right, we are on to 2 and 1, which is sweet. Actually, really sweet. Luca, Lukia? Something like that. Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for a new subscriber. Do you think, given the amount of modern that uses non-basics, a Thanomancer could be a real thing? I'm trying to remember. Is that 1 damage for each non-basic? Maybe? Bladewing 23, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops here for our new subscriber. All right. Someone was asking. I'm gonna get a drink. Let me see. Can you even hear music right now? That's the other problem. All right. Let's see if this works. I just turned the music up a bit. Okay. Let's see. I think this song is really short. But I'll play one. This is one Olive Drab song. I gotta get more of them. But I will play this one as I'm getting a drink. It's a really short song anyway. And then and then we'll go on to round 4. So all right, here's actually, let's see. All right, here's an Olive Drab song. I'm gonna grab a drink, then we'll go on to the next round. All right, I'm back on to round 3. There, we played an Olive Drab song. I'm back. Can I play the home? I can play one more time. Oh, well, welcome, Serenity Wake. Why isn't our league starting? I'm working on digging up some more of our old songs. So maybe sometime I'll do an entire Seth music stream. We are 2-1 right now, Fuzzy Thinker. Yeah, Olive Drab was kind of a 60s like mod revival-y band. I was also played in a band called Our Collective Foreheads Will Block Out the Light of the Sun. We mostly just went by Our Collective Foreheads, though. That was more like experimental indie stuff, kind of influenced by like Animal Collective and those kind of bands. We lost to Eldorazian Taxes, beat Jund, and beat 8 Whack Goblins. Alright, let's see if we can actually end this with a treasure chest. That would be pretty sweet. Ooh, double flying men into Mantis Rider with Bolt backup and lands? Enough lands that we can actually cast things? I like that. This is about what we want. Animal Collective is one of my favorite bands. Animal Collective is so good. Well, welcome, Ryan Maddie. Of course, if you do want to see old streams, like Ryan Maddie, you can check out the MTG Goldfish replay. Oh no, YouTube. This is going to be interesting. Well, Island and Judge is familiar. Not super confident about Tron, especially before board. Oh, are they just going to have natural Tron? Come on, Ghost! Welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription and the Mike Arnold. 2 in a row, almost at the exact same time. Welcome you to the Fishbowl as well. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our 2 new subscribers. Well, we're getting our lands this game. Lands like crazy. If our opponent plays a Karn here, though, oh, we're so in trouble. Will Frontier take off? Seems like a lot. Better support than Tiny Leaders, and some WCT peeps have mentioned something similar in the past. Could be a thing. I think it's possible. I'm very confident that something like... please have the crew join MTG Goldfish. There's already MTG Goldfish unused account there. It would be good advertising for the stream and videos. Plus D-Many is a leader there, and that's a bonus. Wait. We already are MTG Goldfish. I'm confused by those words. Let's crack Scalding Tarn. Opponent does not have Tron yet. So we'll get a Steam Vents. Tapped. So I think that Frontier or a Frontier-like format will be supported eventually. How soon? I have no idea. Ooh, interesting. Well, now we probably just want to click. If our opponent has the Tron land, though, we're in trouble. Well, let's crack this. Get a Plains. Stop on our opponent's draw step. I think we have to click. Quick question, why is Karn a basic game loss? I don't play against Tron ever. Karn is just super big, has so much loyalty, it's really hard to deal with. Interesting. Man. This hand... So what do we do here? Is this weekend special Commander theme? This is New Year's resolutions, Commander. Big scoops here for the Curbinator, who says, yo, our new subscriber. Thank you for your subscription. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Yeah, I guess Star and Prey is what we do. If our opponent whiffs on lands, we're not that far away from killing them. Especially considering we have hasty threats. The thing with Warden of Evos Isle, oh, they drew a sphere anyway. Well, we drew them into another one, essentially. Put a star to the bottom, drew them a sphere. Opponent cracks the sphere. Ancient Stirrings. So do we just double sack? I think we almost have to. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what we gotta do. Sack Mausoleum Wanderer. Opponent pays. Well, flying men doing their work. Our clock isn't... Oh. Huh? How did that... Oh. They drew one for their turn. Okay. Well, Mantis Rider. We're basically hoping our opponent whiffs on a land or something that gets them a land. Play Flooded Strand. Pass the turn. Oh, MTG Amino. Come on, no land. No land, no land, no land. Oh, yes! We're so close. Crack Flooded Strand. We're a haste creature away. Mantis Rider does it. Any of our haste creatures. Not a Scalding Tarn. Oh, no! Oh, Scalding Tarn. Oh, one more turn. One more whiff. Come on, one more whiff. One more turn of whiffing, and we got it. Oh, winning game one against Tron would be so good. That means we would have 2 games. Oh, this gives us 2 games with our sideboard cards, which should help. So we get 2 Rest in Pieces, we get a Negate, and we get 2 Crumbles. So hopefully that combination of cards. Oblivion Stone is 5 to crack. Ooh, so we got the game 1 against Tron, which is super, super helpful. That's the big one that we really needed to get. What does Rest in Peace do? I mean, I guess it could get like a World Breaker second activation or something. Yeah, Stony definitely. Oh. I I grabbed the wrong 2 white mana enchantment. Thank you, chat. You saved me. You saved me, chat. Oh, very good. Thank you. Vapor Snags we can probably go down. Although they do bounce a Worm Coil. I don't know if maybe we just don't plan on beating Worm Coil. Maybe go down a Spell Queller, can be kind of slow in a blowout. I don't think we want Dispel, right? Sorry, Razor. Rest in Peace is not for this matchup. I just accidentally brought it in. Well, sometimes when the converted mana cost looks the same and the colors are the same, it's pretty easy to grab the same ones. I do that on occasion. Lightning Angel Click, Mantis Rider. Salva Spirit seems good. I guess we can go down a Lightning Bolt and a Judge's Familiar. Maybe something like this. Yeah, we definitely have Stony Silences. 2 Stony Silences, 2 Crumble to Dust, and a Negate, I think, come in. Yeah, not taking out a land. Blessed Alliance against Eldrazi, moderate, I guess? Alright, let's give this a shot. Well, none of our sideboard cards, but we got a solid curve. Judge's Familiar can annoy our opponent a bit if they're on the Sylvan Scrying plan. Alright, there's Chromatic Sphere. And opponent passes. Ooh, there's a Stony Silence. That's helpful. Unless our opponent just trons us right away. Crack Flooded Strand. Stony Silence was a very good draw. Get an island. Play Judge's Familiar. Should I replace Tormod's Crypt with Rest in Peace for budget list upgrades? Rest in Peace is the more powerful option, yes. If you have access to it, you should definitely do that. There's a Razor Verge. There's an Ancient Stirrings. Okay, we can't really do anything about that. What's our opponent find here? And Urza's Tower, getting close to Tron. Come on, play an expedition map or chromatic sphere. Ah, another sphere. All right. Well, Stony Silence is going to be solid here. So, Hallowed Fountain, untapped. Stony Silence. Cut down our opponent's card draw. And then next turn we get to Vendilion Click. To take a Karn out of our opponent's hand, hopefully. We know they have an Urza's Tower. There's the tower. Another Ancient Stirrings. Alright, can't do anything about it. Not a thing. Do they find the missing Tron piece? That's the big question. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Alright, not a Tron piece. Also not counterable by Judge's Familiar. Oh, and there's Crumble. We are so close. So close to actually just ending Tron. So get in with Judge's Familiar. This is our chance. This is our chance. So stop on our opponent's draw step. We really got to hope they don't do anything crazy this one turn. And Vendilion Click can help us. So Vendilion Click coming down. We have the Crumble for next turn. Ideally, they just don't have the land. Oh, they have double the land. Well, so I guess we take Ugin and try to find a way to beat a Wormcoil. So take Ugin. Hope we can beat a Wormcoil. Which, I don't know. I don't know if we can actually beat a Wormcoil. It will be challenging. But we get to put our opponent off Tron for infinity next turn. Sylvan. Whoa! They didn't play Wormcoil. Oh, they have enough mana? Oh, they do. All right. Never mind. What'd they search up? A tower. Okay. Well, Arid Mesa. Crack it. Get a mountain. Crumble Tower. Tower in hand. Ooh, Oblivion Stone in hand, too. So get rid of all the towers. Opponent's hand is Oblivion Stone and Power Plant. What do they have in their deck? Not much. They have 2 Nature's Claims, 2 Warping Whales, and a bunch of stuff that's going to be hard to cast. Alright. Well, the question is, can we find a way to beat a Wormcoil? And it's going to be challenging. Double favorable wins will help. Like, we might have to Pride of Clouds block a Wormcoil. Alright, opponent gets in. We could draw a Path. We have Path in our deck. We knew our opponent had a tower because they searched it up with Sylvan Scrying the previous turn. Not a Path. Well, play favorable wins. Play Pride of the Clouds. Play Scalding Tarn. Attack with both. Pass turn. Opponent's just gaining so much life. Opponent gets in. Down to 4. Virtual 3, because we got to crack this Scalding Tarn. Goes back up to 20. Finds an Ancient Stirring. Yeah, I don't think we win by just blocking, though. If we draw a haste creature, we might be able to race and chump. We'll have to see what we draw. I mean, Path is our easiest out. Opponent finds a Razor Verge they get. If we find a Path, that's our clearest path to victory. Crack Scalding Tarn, thin our deck. Selfless Spirit isn't bad either. We will get a Sacred Foundry. What else do we have? Do we have anything else that matters? So, Selfless Spirit's good. 2 Path to Exiles. Otherwise, we're on hopefully drawing haste creatures and racing. We took the snags out, so we don't have snag. So we'll get a Sacred Foundry. We draw a Steam Vent, so we'll play Favorable Winds. So we hit for 10. Chump block with Judge's Familiar. Well, they can't O-Stone until they get rid of Stony Silence. Well, I don't think we can sack it. Unless there's a spell on the stack, and we don't have a spell. Oh, jeez. If we hit for 10, our opponent opponent goes down to 10, back to 16. If we draw a Lightning Angel, we hit for 15 and our opponent goes to 1. Other option is double block, which is super painful. Well, the problem is they're gonna get the tokens, and we're at 3. So if we double block, we need to draw a creature. I think our best bet is to just keep attacking. Alright, see what our opponent draws. Yeah, the 3/3s are still lethal there. This way, we just draw for a path. Opponent gets a Sylvan Scrying. Yeah, I mean, we could draw a Pride of Clouds. Well, actually, yeah, I guess we could. To make tokens for chumping. Opponent gets Sanctum of Ugin. We're basically just trying to chump until we find a path. We've gotten a lot of lands out of our deck. We get 1,000 fairly regularly. It depends on the night, but sometimes. It's definitely a good showing. Definitely appreciate all of you for that. That's awesome. 1,000 is a big number. Come on, big draw path. Bolt. Alright, get in with Pride. Man, this is going to be a disappointing one to lose since we drew so many sideboard cards. Our opponent got 1 card that mattered. Alright, block with click. Another Sylvan Scrying. I think we are gonna kill the we're gonna kill the Worm Coil. And now we have to draw a creature. And it's Flooded Strand. Oh boy. Oh no. Well, we weren't going to get there. So I guess that's encouraging. Well, that's really sad because when someone is scrying, how do you know whether they put it on the top or bottom? It says in chat, essentially, on Magic Online. Oh, man. Well, I'm not surprised to lose to Tron, but I'm disappointed that we lost when we drew so many of our good sideboard cards. Well, looks like we got to ship this one. We've gotten a lot of really bad... Alright. Well, it is what it is. We've had this happen very often this stream, which is kind of disappointing. Pretty much just a random choice. Oh, well, Draken, you'll have to... you'll have to make sure you're following or something. That's really weird that it would stop notifying you. 4 is for our opponent. Senor Diablo, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscriber. Yep. Well, this is looking to be the game, boys and girls. Not a whole lot we can do here. Huh, that's really weird. I don't know why the notifications would stop. This deck could be interesting with a Nahiri Emrakul sideboard. Ooh, that's a cool idea. Huh, I don't know why the email wouldn't go out. It should. Yep, here comes Tron, and that's the game. Do you think you could top the full art bolt in Cryptic with masterpieces when and if they get to them? I don't know. It's going to be hard for them to do better than that. The full art versions are right at the top as far as I'm concerned. Been playing Modern Enchantress, you showed off. Been going pretty well, having problems with Liliana. Any tips or tricks? I'm pretty new to Modern. Pithing Needle's a pretty good answer to Liliana. As you're drawing a bunch of cards, can I'm assuming it's got to be the ultimate that's the problem. So, like, Pithing Needle is probably the best possibility. Oh boy. Alright. On to our final round of our league. 2-2. Well, our record's not insane, but I feel good about the deck. We've been beating and competing with tier decks, and we've had some really horrible running, so... Well, this is it. If we want a treasure chest tonight, this is the round we need to win. So let's see what we're up against. Alright. Could use a fetch land, but Mausoleum Wander into hopefully Mantis Rider is a pretty reasonable start. So Mausoleum Wander, go. Oh, I still can't believe we lost that match against Tron. Oh man, is this like land destruction or something? What is this jank? So Mausoleum Wander number 2. Yeah, this is a deck that I built. Dracon. So get in for 2 with Mausoleum Wander. Let's play an untap land. I think there's a decent chance that we're going to want to Vapor Snag something here. And then untap, be able to Mantis Rider or Spell Queller. Yeah, I think... the other thing is, in the Budget Magic ones, we were playing the 2-player cubes, and this one we're playing a league. So I think that's a step up in competition as well. And we haven't run very... we've had some problems where we haven't run very well some games. But that's to be expected. Another... Man, our opponent has a ton of mana. I'm still not really sure what's happening. Wow. Alright, Hallowed Fountain, untapped. Get in with Mausoleum Wanderers, I guess. What is happening? Overgrowth is not a card that I see people play. Mismatch Forest. So our opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I don't even know if we have an answer to this deck. I have no clue what's going on right now. Will there ever be a MTG Goldfish series where Seth just plays whatever he wants? Yeah, that'll probably happen sooner or later. I like most of the decks that we play, though. A decent percentage. Well, we're going to Spell Queller this Garrick. Pump up Mausoleum Wanderers. Opponent. Fertile Ground. So much mana. Well, Arid Mesa. Play Mausoleum Wanderer. Pumps up the Mausoleum Wanderers. Crack Arid Mesa. Get a mountain we need? Yeah, mountain's fine. Yeah, mountain's fine. And Mantis Rider. This is not quite lethal. But, alright, opponent, this is it. You got 3 cards in hand. Can you kill us or wrath our board or something? Just playing big stuff. And our opponent scoops it up. Oh, man. Ooh, I still have no idea what our opponent's doing. Something is very strange. Our opponent has way more ramp than you could expect. Ooh, Pure Steel Paladin Storm. That's pretty sweet. With Paradoxical Outcome. That's a really sweet list. I like it. Moriak Rigger? What does Moriak Rigger even do? Moriak Rigger Whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from play, you can put a +1/+1 counter on it. Maybe? Man, it's so hard to play stuff like that in Modern. But it could be a fun deck. So what are we supposed to be sideboarding in here? I still don't know. I still don't know what this matchup is. I'm assuming negate. Crumble doesn't seem great. Wear Tear, I guess, could come in. That kills an enchantment. I'm guessing they have mana dorks, but maybe they don't even have mana dorks. Maybe it's just all artifacts. I think negate's fine too. Go down a Judge's Familiar and maybe 2 Judge's Familiar. All right, let's try it like that. Our opponent's list is really crazy. Well, this is a pretty good curve. Opponent's going to 6. Maybe we'll get a chest after all. Oh man, that Tron game! That Tron game is going to be the bane of our existence. Alright, let's just play a Plains, pass the turn. If our opponent enchants the forest, we're going to have to Path the Arbor Elf in response. Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Alright. Kill the Arbor Elf. Opponent untaps it. Sure. Only 3 cards in hand, so they don't have much going on. Yep, gets another forest. There's the Utopia Sprawl. On Paradox Whispers, welcome to the Fishbowl, and thank you for your subscription. Big scoops cheer for our new subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ton of subs tonight, which is super awesome. Yep, the old Path Elf saying, man, this curve is great. If our opponent can't kill us, which I still don't know. Against our opponent's deck, I just have this feeling like we could die at any moment. Well, we gave them a land, but we technically took away like 3 mana each turn. Untapping this forest was going to generate a insane amount of mana. 3 mana, 4 mana. Harmonize. All right, opponent reloads. Plays a Windswept Heath. And passes. Well, do we just go aggro or do we try to Spell Queller? What's up, Snow Swartz? All right, let's do it. Let's go. Let's just beat down. I don't know what our opponent's doing. Opponent's down to 13. Pass turn. Oh, this is Emrakul Tooth and Nail combo. Well, there's a Garruk that our opponent gets down because we didn't leave up Spell Queller. Untaps some lands. Plays a Windswept Heath. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is this? Opponent taps, untaps, crap. Oh no! Something they need all their mana for? Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. Alright, Tooth and Nail just to put creatures in our opponent's hand. Interesting. This is game 2 of our last match of our league, playing for the treasure chest. So close. 3, 6, 9. We can 9 our opponent. Our opponent searches up Eternal Witness and Hornet Queen. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So close. If we smash face, we probably lose. If we Lightning Angel, our opponent plays a Hornet Queen, and how do we ever get through a Hornet Queen in a million years? Hornet Queen makes so many flyers, and we can't do anything about it. Yeah, I mean, we have lightning bolts that we can draw into. Can they Eternal Witness the Tooth and Nail? That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. So they're 1 short, unless they have more ramp. Am I counting that right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, land drop 11. Eternal Witness gets back Tooth and Nail is 3 down to 8. They can't entwine. Alright. Well, I think we got to go on the bolt plan. I think that's our only realistic way of winning. Because I don't think we can win through this. I don't think we can win once our opponent plays this Hornet Queen. So I think this is our only realistic out. Because I don't think we can get by this Hornet Queen. Yeah. So there's Hornet Queen. So now if we draw... If we draw a Lightning Bolt, we just win. Game over. There's the Witness. Gets back Tooth and Nail. Alright, deck. Come on, Worth. Smile upon us. I don't think we win by Quelling an Eternal Witness, because no matter what else we do, I just don't think we can beat Hornet Queen. So I think our only realistic shot is to play to Lightning Bolt as our only out. Come on, Bolt. Come on, Bolt. Queller. Pride of Clouds is big. It gets bumped up from opponent's creatures. Alright. Pass the turn. I'm pretty sure we're just dead here, though. In many different ways. No Lightning Bolt. Well, at least we kind of know what our opponent's doing now. I think we just died to either Tooth and Nail or Garrick Ultimate. One or the other. Because they should be able to Tooth and Nail for a lethal... Wanderer just doesn't matter. I mean, we're... Yeah. I think our best bet was to bluff and maybe keep our opponent from doing anything. Yeah, we're dead. So our opponent gets Xenagos and Emrakul, 30-30 flying, Annihilator, blah, blah, blah. Against Trample? Hell no. Alright. Well, I guess we're not... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we live. No, we don't. Yeah, we're dead. So close. Yeah, nothing on top. Yeah, Annihilator 6 is pretty good. Alright. Oh, boy. No, Dak! Why do you do this to us? Oh, I guess we can try to scry into an island. Island doesn't even help. Oh, boy. Alright, pass turn. Opponent does some ramping. Well, we'll play favorable wins. Opponent passes. Well, we get a land. I guess that kind of helps. Oh, this Moreland Haunt is going to be the death of us here. Moreland Haunt is so good in some matchups, but in this exact situation, it is super bad. Oh, yeah, that quote about sums it up. Wins up deep. Opponent cracks it. Plays a Garrick. That's ambitious. What I would give for a land right here. Land would be so good, we could still have a chance of winning this game with the draw of a land. Land? One time deck for us? Oh, yes! Okay. Flooded Strand. Crack Flooded Strand. Trying to see what land. Alright, we can just get an island. Alright. Lightning Angel. Kill Garrick. Alright. Now, before I do this attack, is there any card that we're going to lose to if I don't send them both at Garrick? What is with 2 green mana? Opponent has 2 green mana. It can't be Plummet. If our opponent literally has Plummet, that would be unbelievable. They can't really have Plummet in Modern, right? No one is crazy enough to play Plummet in Modern. Well, Fog doesn't matter. Cliplings, okay, yeah. I mean, Fog is going to Fog us anyway. I'm just trying to figure out if there's any reason to send them both at Garrick. So, we'll just attack like that. Alright, mission successful. Garrick down. Opponent doesn't have much ramp going on, and we got much Lightning Angels. We might get that chest yet. Oh, thank you, Worth, for letting us draw those lands. Thank you, Worth, for this food we're about to receive. Stomping Grounds for our opponent. If our opponent plays this untap and taps their birds, they could die here. Right? They would be taking 5, 6, 7, 8, 13. So if our opponent plays this untapped and taps their birds for mana, we win with Lightning Angel. Worth is... oh, untapped! Come on, tap the birds! Another Garrick. Alright, birds not tapped. Makes a beast. We get a Scalding Tarn. Well, play Lightning Angel. Send everything at our opponent. They have to chump block with the birds. Lightning Angels doing their thing. Opponent blocks. We play Scalding Tarn. All right, opponent, here it is. 4 lands on the battlefield. Can you find a way to kill us, even with your Garruk untapping stuff? Hopefully not. Eternal Witness. Only an Eternal Witness to get back a birds? Gets back a birds. Well, good game. Well played, opponent. Unless they really do have fogs. There's the birds. Untaps their lands. Alright, crack Scalding Tarn. Steam Vents, tapped. Do we get the chest? Ooh, we can't cast Selfless Spirit now. Well, play Selfless Spirit. Everything at our opponent. Blocks. And yes, it's chest time. We got there. So non-budget Flying Men, we actually got there. So if we look back over this league, the deck was actually pretty sweet. So we had some downs, we had some ups. We lost to, what did we lose to? Oh, we lost to Tron. That was a heartbreaker. Losing to Tron was super painful. I feel like oh man, we were so close to winning that game 2 against Tron. Super, super close. In round 1, we lost to Eldrazi and Taxes. Our opponent's draws were super good. Then we beat that Ramp deck, we beat the Goblins deck, and we beat Jund in a really close match. So, regardless, it seems like this Flying Men deck it's competitive. I'm sure it could be tuned a little bit more. I still haven't played that many matches with it, but it's definitely competitive. And remember, we're pretty much the budget build. Like, having the better mana really helps. So definitely upgrade that. But I think it's playable. I think you can definitely play this deck at a competitive tournament and have some success with it. So the good news is, we get a treasure chest. We could add more treasure chests if we beat Tron that game, but still, we get a treasure chest. So we could sell this for some money to to put some shoes on the children's feet, but instead, we're gonna be irresponsible and crack it open. Come on, Worth. One more time, Worth. You let us draw our lands in that last game. Give us a nice port or something. All right, here it is. Here it is. It's chest time. Only one chest today. Give us something sweet. Come on, Worth. Ooh, okay. Okay, I think that's okay. I mean, it's not a Port or a Liliana, but Kira's got to be worth a bit of something, right? Modern Masters, Kira. Well, 2.22 ticks. So enough that we can feed some shoes to the kids, but not much more. So it's not horrible. Kira Great Glass Spinner is, I think we probably came out a little bit behind than if we had just sold the chest, but we do get bonuses like a Tranquil Expanse, great for budget decks. I mean, playable for budget decks, and the Salivating Gremlins. One thing I've noticed is Wizards has been kind of hyping up Gremlins lately, so I would not be surprised to see that we had more Gremlins coming in Ether Revolt. Chests are just under 3 ticks. All right. We can probably squeeze in one quick match of Momir, to close things out. So if you're at the top of the Momir list, send me a challenge. But one match tonight, no more, no less. So one match of Momir, then we'll pack it in for the night. Be back Thursday and maybe do another if we have time. So if you're on the Momir list, whoever's at the top gets first dibs for sending me the challenge. Alright, the Pie Guy. Hopefully you were on the list, the Pie Guy, because I just accepted your challenge. If the Pie Guy is not on the list, shame on him. If he is on the list, remove him from the list until everyone else gets a turn. Let me pull up the Momir overlay. Let's see who gets phaged tonight. So we'll keep. Good luck, Pie Guy. Yeah, I've always kind of wanted to get a phage. I've never had it happen to me before. Price of a chest is like 2.9 ticks last time I looked. There is a Momir list of people who have asked to play Momir. Jay Zoller is curator of said Momir list. So if you want to be added to the Momir list, non-basic landwalk would be interesting in another format. I'm not sure who the Pie Guy is, though, as far as the name in the Twitch chat. Morning Thrall. 1-1, flying, old school lifelink. I think it was Filthy Casual. Filthy Casual, didn't you get phaged? Song of the Forest dubstep remix. Alright, I'll have to look that up. That's true, our opponent could go 0 and get a Dryad Arbor. That's possible. Jay Zoller, our moderator, Jay Zoller, is the Momir lister. Jeez, our opponent, flying tribal. Flyers all around. Alright, opponent gets in with the Thrall. We're going to have a hard time racing this until we hit a flyer. Come on, 4-drop flyer, Thunderbreak Regent. There's got to be other good ones. You may put a fairy permanent from your hand into your deck. Pay 3, target green creature gains protection from black. Oh my god. Homelands, you were such a funny set. Or maybe this is Fallen Empires. I don't remember for sure. Wow, this is so bad. I mean, putting a fairy permanent is cool. I don't know why it's green. But pay 3 to give a green creature protection from black? So odd. Man, I don't know if you saw, if you follow me on Twitter, you might have saw this. There's a site called Dawn Glare that keeps track of the EV of booster boxes throughout Magic's history. And, ooh, Sierra Angel. That's actually a super good draw for us. It's green because Homelands. Right now, Fallen Empires, the EV of a box is $0. $0. 0. I actually didn't start playing until around the original Ravnica block. So not from... Oh, God. Our opponent gets their own... Man, this is old school day. Vesuvian Doppelganger becomes a blue Sierra Angel. Well, if we got if Pie Guy list sniped, well, I'll make sure to be more careful about that next time we do Momir, because I want to give people on the list first dibs. Ooh, oh, it's old school flyers. It's like Alpha Momir today. Oh yes. Manamodi Jin, Sierra Angels all over the place. Sierra is a mist. Yeah, I'm saying it unintentionally. It's sort of an inside joke. Because I... Oh, and Teneb! The powerful flyers continue. That is actually bigger than our Matamoti. Oh, dear. I said Sierra Angel, I think on the podcast or something, a long time ago. Ha ha! You think your Teneb is big? Well, we will Wormskin Forger. This was basically the original Verdurous Gear Hulk, essentially, pretty much. Wormskin Forger. Can we race? We better not. Let's just pass. Good old 8-9. Now we need an Atraxa to start proliferating these counters. I have a magic story for y'all. I have a friend from high school who was named Sierra and always wanted to play Sierra Angel. Even when she knew it was Sierra, she called it Sierra because of her name. That's a good reason. I'm all for calling magic cards whatever you want. You deleted the Momir list, Jay Zoller? Alright, let's make an 8. Hopefully get something good. Avacyn? Avacyn would be good. Angel of Salvation. Not super relevant. I don't think we can attack here, really. Our opponent can just block all their flyers on our Matamoti if they want to. Alright, pass the turds. Can we draft Homelands? I mean, you can. Those sets weren't really... Those sets, I think Jay Zoller fixed it. I misunderstood. Jay Zoller was actually improving the list. I have full faith in Jay Zoller and his list abilities. Did not mean to question the master of the list. Alright, opponent passes. Gets in. Axelrod Gunnarsson. Man, these old cards. Oh no! The Bouncipus. Oh, yep. I don't know if that was good for us. We were actually in a pretty good place. Opponent gets Ashen Fire Beast. Damage to each creature without flying. Bigger than our Bouncipus. And this is why you don't play... This is why you don't play a land of each color, boys and girls. We learned a lesson about Momir today. Sorry, Pie Guy. Getting Sundering Titan might be worse than getting Phaged. It's going to be very difficult for us to win or to lose this match now, because we're going to be making 8-drops every turn while our opponent is making land drops. Yes, it's almost 2017. Next stream will be the last stream of 2016. Yeah, Sundering Titan is sweet. Alright, we'll take Filgary Angel. And we will Sunder in for some damage. Yeah, this is a fun way to play on Magic Online, and it's really cheap to get started. $10 to get your Momir avatar, this thing, and then everything else is just lands, so it's essentially free. And it's really random. Ooh. Well, I guess this actually is very bad in Momir, because you never get to cast creatures. Opponent goes attacking. We'll take it. The Momir command should work, I think. Actually, let's attack with everything. Just in case we hit another Bouncipus. Christmas was good, Mega Blaster. How about you? Did you have a good holiday? I didn't do anything too crazy. Mostly just, ooh, Titanic Bullvox. 7-4 with Trample. Mostly just hung out with the family. Right now, Pie Guy is playing us in Momir. Caustic Crawler, not going to get it done on this board. And our opponent scoops it up. All right, let's run it back. Actually, that is from the card Momir Vig Simic Visionary. Actually, the face on the Momir avatar. It is not the sad robot. Yes, I got to hang out with the Elder Olives. No, it was good. I am not sure who Pie Guy is on the chart. It is possible we were list sniped. I was just the talking cut. Oh man, I can't remember. I was just watching that episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm a couple weeks ago. I think it was talking cut, where you talk to someone so you can get in their place in line. All right, discard this Plains. White Shield Crusader, another pretty old school card. 2/1 Pro Black, can gain flying. Opponent is changeling it up. Elder Olive Dragons. Yeah. They're the incoming cycle of Elder Dragons. But they're really olives. Actually, were we on the draw? I can't. Yes, alright. So we make a 3-drop then. Hoof Skulkin. Pay 3, make a green creature. Get +1/+1 until end of turn. Okay. Wasn't it? Well, I guess it kind of calls back to Order of the... Oh, man. There was an Ice Age one. Order of the Ebon Ebon Hand? I think was the Ice Age one. Ooh, Corlash. Well, we want to keep playing Swamps rather than discarding them. Bladewing Thrall has flying if you control a dragon. When a dragon enters the battlefield, you can return it from your graveyard to your hand. That's actually a pretty sweet casual card. For your dragon EDH deck. Oh, dear. When Sapling of Kolfinor, excuse me, Kolfinor attacks, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature, gain life equal to its toughness, lose life equal to its power, put it in your hand. Basically, we can't kill that thing, and our opponent's going to get to draw an extra card every turn. That is going to get them to Emeralds and stuff that we just can't deal with. Stromkirk Patrol, almost as good as this Sapling. Our chest was a... Oh, what was the name? Captain Jam. I can't give that out. Ask Rudy. No, not Kiora. Kira. Kira was our treasure chest card, along with a couple of jank standard rares. More old school. Bartel Runax. Vigilance can't be the target of auras. Okay. I guess that's good. Well, let's make a 6. What do we get on 6? Yeah, Kira the Great Glass Spinner. Korgadong. Whenever you cast a spell with converted mana cost 6 or greater, put 3 counters on it. That would be sweet if we were able to cast things, but in Momir... Oh, and we made a... I guess I did not click this land. Momir punt by not clicking all of our lands. Wirewood Guardian. Yeah, let's just double block, kill that thing. I'm surprised our opponent is not just attacking with this over and over again. Like, isn't it drawing them a card extra turn? When it attacks, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature, you gain life equal... Oh, you only get it if it's a creature? Oh, okay. That's a lot worse than I thought. I thought you only gain the life if it was a creature, but you put it in your hand either way. Ooh, Maul Splicer. We are going wide with some golems. Goleming it up. Okay. Yeah, for some reason, yeah, I just was misunderstanding. how that actually worked. Oh, there is Hoof Daddy. Are we dead? Maybe? Opponent has 19, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Well, we're not just dead, but we're pretty close. So let's see. Block. We got to do this as efficiently as possible. Block, block, block. And we take 10, 17, 23. Okay. We'll take 23. And hope we hit something good next turn. Oh, Crater Hoof is so good. Yeah, those golems saved the day against that Crater Hoof. Still not in a great position by any means. We're like one thing going wrong away from just losing. Tombstalker is not really what we wanted to catch up. Like, a haste creature kills us. Alright, Vexing Scuttler is pretty bad, so we're staying alive. The Angel that restores us to 20 life, that would be good. At 8, we can hit Platinum Empyrean, and our life total can just not change. That would also be good. The problem is we can't... we're going to get behind on creatures. So opponent attacks with everything. So we need to... Yeah, we're getting behind. Kill that, block that, chump that. So we got to hit something this turn or we're dead. Well, not necessarily. We do need to hit something. Come on, Platinum Empyrean. Oh, no. Mr. Tramples. I guess that's fine. We're at parity here. Unless our opponent gets a haste creature. Oh, okay. Well, we're back to this game. Bounce-a-puss. If we ever whiff, we lose. Reaver Demon. Yeah, alright. Bigger than the octopus. Opponent. Oh, geez. Draws 3 with Bedlam Reveler? Alright. That's going to let them play big things like Eldrazi. And we need something that's like a 2-for-1. Well, there's Plats. Platinum Empyrean. Well, now we just got to try to kill our opponent before they get an Eldrazi. Isn't it an octopus? It looks kind of like octopus skin. Well, Platinum Empyrean's good. They give us hope. Our opponent making huge Eldrazi takes it away. Alright, Kozilek. That's not the Eldrazi we were worried about. We actually don't care about Kozilek at all. And we still have a flyer. We just need to hit more flyers. If we hit more flyers, we can actually close out the game next turn. We need 6 power flyer or greater. Reach is not flying. Well, we get in with our Reaver Demon. Doesn't that look like an octopus, kinda? I mean, you can't see the arms or whatever they are. It does have menace, but menace. But the texture of the skin looks octopus-like. Yeah, Kozilek is the disappointing Eldrazi. That's for sure. There's a land for our opponent. I was listening to your stream and talking about some masterpieces having no theme rather than just fitting plain. If Amonkhet was like this, what do I think specific cards that could be... Polar Kraken! Yes, we're gonna get there! I'm really unsure at what specific cards could be in Amonkhet. Oh, thank you, Paradox Whispers. See, that kind of looks like an octopus. Actually, they're not the same creature type. And there's polar bears. That's cool. I'm a little nervous about making a creature. Ooh, Lorthos. Lorthos. Now, I think we can agree that Lorthos is an octopus. This looks like an octopus. At least give me that. Alright, well, this is it. Our opponent needs to hit a flyer this turn, essentially. Polar Kraken looks more like a golden retriever than an octopus. Oh, yeah. Lorthos is actually 2 half octopuses? Yes! We got there at 1 life through a Crater Hoof. I don't know if I've ever not died to Crater Hoof in Momir. I don't know if I've ever in my life beat one. That card's usually just game over. Opponent hoping for Platinum Empyrean bug. Does not work. And Reaver Demon gets there all on its own. Well, good game, Pie Guy, whoever you are. If you're on the list, thank you. If not, next time we do Momir, we will make sure that it's whoever's at the top of the list. So if you got cut today, if that's what happened, I'm sorry about that, but I'll make sure to get you next time and make sure we adhere to the Momir list. If you're not on the Momir list, you can talk to Jay Zoller, and he can make sure you're on the Momir list. If Wizards printed Black Lotus as a masterpiece, the world of Magic that would be the craziest thing to happen to Magic in maybe ever. It would mean the end of the reserve list. It would be Black Lotus. People would flip. It would be insane if that happened. I don't think it's going to. Marrow just recently restated on Twitter saying essentially reserve list is not going away. So whatever ideas you have for fixing Legacy or anything like that, present them with the idea that reserve list is not going away, because it's definitely not going away. So that was what Marrow said. So I don't think it'll happen, but man, it would be so sweet. A Black Lotus expedition or invention. So awesome. Anyway, everyone, let's see. So if you're looking to catch up on this stream in the future, other streams, check out the MTG Goldfish replay YouTube. And if you want to support the stream and the site, and thank you to everyone who subbed. We had 1 million subs today. It was awesome. But if you're looking for another way to support the stream and the site, check out the merch page. Got some really cool stuff there. Adding more stuff to it soon. New merch, some new playmats and stuff. So you all are awesome. It was a really fun stream. We got a winning record again with our Flying Men deck. And we will be back Thursday with another. Oh, and of course, don't forget, Against the Odds coming out tomorrow night, and it is a sweet one. We are mirroring in Modern, and the deck turned out way better than I could have imagined. So make sure to check it out. You're not going to want to miss that one tomorrow night. Anyway, you all are awesome. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I will talk to you soon. See you on Thursday.